Hello everybody in YouTube, it's Asset Builder here and just putting a video together to talk about whether Vladimir Putin, Russia's president, is a gold stacker or not. I have my viewpoints and I'm going to discuss them momentarily, but thanks for joining and stay tuned, we'll be right back. All right, folks, welcome back. Asset Builder here, just to talk about whether Vladimir Putin, Russia's president, is a gold stacker himself. I think that he definitely is. He's definitely shown a keen interest in acquiring as much gold for his country as possible. The big question is whether it's for his country or whether it's for his own personal stash. That's not really the purpose of this video, but do want to profile a little bit of his keen interest in gold and his acquisition strategy. So his acquisition strategy is as follows. He basically, Russia has vast amounts of petroleum reserves, oil reserves in the ground, and it is a major producer of oil and also uranium. So uranium is also a resource that Russia mines and exports around the world. So the United States buys both from Russia in large quantities. Russia is a major supplier of oil and oil reserves to the United States. And with regards to uranium, Russia sells 19% of the United States need for uranium. So 1 in 6 light bulbs, really, if you want to look at it that way, 1 in 6 light bulbs in this country, in the United States, is lit by uranium and nuclear power. So Russia supplies 19% of America's need of uranium and a significant percentage of the oil need for the country as well. So what's Vladimir Putin doing? So he's taking those resources out of the ground, oil and uranium, selling them to the United States for dollars. He's happy to take the dollars, and he quickly takes those dollars and buys gold. And he's getting the gold from the Western vaults, in London, in New York, in Switzerland, and he's having them physically transported into Russia. So, he's he's a smart man, right? So he's stacking gold. There is no doubt about it. He's stacking gold. He is selling the country's natural reserves of oil and uranium, selling them to the United States for dollars, and taking those dollars and buying gold in the market around the world. So he's a stacker. He's a stacker, all right. He's stashing them in vaults in Russia. The big question is whether, when he leaves power, when and if he ever leaves power, whether those gold bars are going to remain the asset and, in the ownership of the country, or whether he's going to skim a piece of that, or a slice of those gold reserves. And that's to be seen, I suppose. In the future we'll find out as he starts to wind down his days in power. But this is a man who's demonstrated that throughout his life as a leader and ruler of Russia, that he's no dummy, right? And I think he's got many, many more years to go as Russia's president. So, we won't find out how significant a stacker he is for many, many years. It could be another 20, 25 years. But he is definitely stacking gold. So what does that mean? That means that, gold prices are being at least supported to some degree by his acquisition of gold, right? He is a significant buyer. He is a individual who the financial means of his country is putting a base to the price of gold. And I think that if you couple that with other countries like China and India, between those three countries, I think there's a definite bottom and support for gold price. Those three countries collectively, drive demand through the roof. And those three countries are no dummies. All three of them, I've been talking about Russia's President Vladimir Putin here, but really the Chinese government and the Indian government are no dummies either, and they are taking the dollars that they generate through their commerce with the United States and buying and acquiring as much gold as possible. So, maybe this is a topic for another video. Are they preparing for something in the future? Their acquisition of gold and their relentless acquisition of gold and storing the physical gold inside their own countries seems to me like it's a complete reversal of what the world has been doing over the last 25, 30, 40 years. The world had been, world markets had been flooded with gold from the sale of all these governments selling their gold. I think that's turned around, and it's an East versus West mentality. So the East is acquiring gold, the West is selling gold, and I think that this is a recipe for disaster, quite frankly, in the future. Don't know the time frame, but when some significant event happens in the next say 4 or 5 years, definitely in the first term of President Trump's presidency, there could be some crisis that we need to face. We're going to be holding the short end of the stick. We're going to be in a position where the West has not been acquiring gold and the East has been acquiring gold. So thoughts and opinions, guys. Would love to hear your feedback and your comments. Do you think Vladimir Putin is a gold stacker? Yes or no? Do you think that Russia, China, and India are preparing for something catastrophic in the near future through their acquisitions of gold into their own country's vaults? And would love to hear your opinions on this topic. Hit that like button. YouTube greatly ranks my videos depending on how many likes I get. So certainly I would appreciate your help there. And if you haven't subscribed to my video, to my channel, please subscribe. Lots of great content already uploaded and lots more great content yet to come. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a great evening.